Alrighty, welcome to another Bloomborough draft. I've got one of my favorite first picks in the format here, the Swarm Weaver. 4 mana, 2/3, makes 2/1/1 insects, and if you have delirium, this gives all your insects and spiders +1/+1 and death touch. The reason I like this so much is you can draft a sick Jund delirium or black-green delirium deck, and then just take as many cards as you can that bring things back from the graveyard, and you just end up casting this card twice a game, 2 or 3 times a game. It's easy to win from there. Plus, green's the best color. I am in. And you know what? I still want to move up in the Mythic ranks, even if sadly Cheon hit number 1. It's a really a devastating outcome to our Mythic race. Paul did beat me on the way, so I can't really complain. Here there's Altenac, which is good to say its name, but I'm going to take Say Its Name because Say Its Name is also great with Swarm Weaver. This is exactly the kind of card that I was talking about in terms of giving back Swarm Weaver. So it's a really good place to start this pack. Now, the 2 best cards in the pack are both white. Cathartic Parting is actually reasonable. It's a shuffle in disenchant, which can be really nice against like the enduring creatures because it puts them into their deck and they don't, it doesn't stick around. But it's not the strongest card. I don't think I'm going to want to take a white card all that much. On the other hand, Innocuous Rat or Unable to Scream are both pretty good. Part of the reason is, by the way, is that white, green, and Obzon, I don't think you should go into those unless there's like a strong reason to, and it wasn't quite there. All right, well, the Rat is totally fine. I like Unable to Scream, but Rat is a good early play, and I think I should still take black cards here. There's not like a rush to get a 3rd color. Like here, there's a Peer Past the Veil, but I just have my good finisher already. I think I'm just going to take the Wary Watchdog. I really like the Watchdog. It fueled Delirium. It's a good 2-drop. Glimmerlight's also solid, but I like the Watchdog more than the Rat, which was also in the pack. And then here, there's a Moldering Gem, a Bleeding Woods. Red is a very common color to splash in these Delirium decks, or you end up like, this looks like black-green, maybe splash something, not base red-green splash Swarm Weaver, which I've done. Could also take Spectral Snatcher, but I like Moldering Gem a little bit more. They're both solid. Wow, there's a Unable to Scream and a Glimmer Burst, another Moldering Gem, and a Popular Egotist, which is solid, and a Clockwork Percussionist. That's a late Percussionist. This card is really good. In fact, there are some pretty good cards in this pack. I think I should just take the Egotist, though. It can be solid here. Oh, no. Nice. Another 8th pick Say Its Name. Can we wheel Altenac? If we got a 10th pick Altenac and had 2 Say Its Names already, now we're talking. Getting that late Say Its Name was awesome. That is exactly what this deck's looking for. And I think I was like into like 40s Mythic. Oh, wow. Someone has just 7 of the packs at the table. So we got a long way till number 1, but I'm going to do my best here. And I really just like this format. So I'm restricting myself still to like 1 or 2 videos a week on the channel because I know Cube is everyone's first choice, but I have been liking Duskmourn a lot, so you will indulge me here. It wasn't a question. And, starting with Swarm Weaver, you love to see that. And here, there's another Watchdog. Greenhouse, this card is just not good, unfortunately. 4 mana to mill 4 and get 2 permanents back. Sounds like it's decent, but it just really doesn't play out well. That's a late blue-green land. But the Watchdog is good, so I will take it. Oh, no, Altenac didn't come back. I didn't really think it would. I'll take a grab the prize that I'm hopefully not playing. Malevolent Chandelier actually could make the cut here. Sometimes it does. The main reason to play this card is if you're really good at decking yourself. And with 2 Say Its Names and 2 Watchdogs, I'm not quite there yet. But once you get to the point where you're frequently going to go through your whole deck, it can be nice to have one of these in your deck to get back with a Say Its Name. Here, I'll just pass the goats here. And then prevent yourself from getting decked. You can actually start recurring the same things every turn, which is pretty nice. It's kind of like a stopgap. Just having this in your deck means you don't have to worry like, oh, I have 13 cards in my deck. Should I cast this Say Its Name? You can just do it. All right. Pack 2 time. Any Swarm Weavers? No, but there's an Omnivorous Flytrap. So if you have Delirium, when you cast this, you get 2 +1/+1 counters and when it attacks. But also, if you have Super Delirium, if you have 6 types, you then double the counters on the creatures that got them, which that's pretty sick. So I'm going to take the Flytrap. I like Brood Spinner a lot too, but I've got tons of 2s, and Flytrap is a really fun card to build around. So pretty nice opens, I will say that. A pretty bad second pick, though. It's like I want to take Percussionist. I guess I'll take Razor Trap Gorge, because if I am going to play red cards, that's the way to start. I just think Miasma Demon is pretty bad. Appendage Amalgam and Horrid Vigor are just not playable cards. So disappointing second pick, but made up for it with the third. Under the Skin is one of those ways I was talking about to get back your now 2 busted creatures, and it's a mill card too, and it gives you a manifest. This card is cracked, so very happy picking that up. And then, I think here I'm just going to take the land. Black-green land is really strong for a, black-green deck. Glimmerlight is good. Bloodsucker can be good, though I don't have a lot of enchantments. I need some instants. That I don't have yet. And I just think taking on-color lands over marginal playables is usually good in this format. Oh, and here, if I didn't already have Swarmweaver and Flytrap, I would have some consideration for Shroud Stomper. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's a double white card, but with enough fixing, you can splash it, and it's really powerful. That said, I've got 2 really good build-arounds, so I'm just going to take Terramorphic Expanse over, like, Moldering Gems, Shroud Stomper, Hand That Feeds, Fear of Lost Teeth, because it's a good way to get lands into the graveyard. And then Withering Torment, there's an instant. See, look, boom, we're about to have an instant here. And also, it's a very strong card, so a reasonably strong card. I think removal is just okay at 3 mana, but this killing enchantments is nice, and yeah, losing 2 life obviously is a bit of a drawback, but it's not a big problem. Here, I guess I'll take a second Egotist. I don't think Egotist is amazing, but if you get enough like innocuous rat type cards, then it works. I only have the 1, so I could use more, but we'll see. Oh, and there we go. There's a second rat. I like that. The Winter's Intervention, I should just take a second instant. I really want to get Delirium. So even though I would take the rat, this is a spot where I think the second instant is worth a good amount. And, if I have to end up cutting an Egotist or something, it's not a big deal. I've got a decent amount of artifacts. I've got 2. Well, actually, I could use more of those, but Found Footage is basically free. No one ever plays that card, so I don't worry too much about picking it up. Not a big Balemerc Leech fan. Cautious Survivor, Derelict Attic. I don't really want any of these cards. I guess the Attic, maybe I would play. Appendage Amalgam is at least an enchantment, which I've got 3. Yeah, I could use that. I'm going to take the Attic out, though. Oh, there's the Found Footage. I almost surely am going to play this card. It's an artifact that surveils, too. Gets cards into the graveyard. Fanatic of the Harrowing is also kind of nice. You can like discard a land or whatever it is you need to discard. Okay, I opened a Swarmweaver and a Flytrap so far. Let's see what great Delirium card I'm going to open here. Yeah, Under the Skin is the answer. A second one of these is perfect. Wandering Rescuer. I got blown out so bad by this the other day. Well, I'm going to take Under the Skin, pass the millionth Percussionist, and I'm pretty happy about that. And then here, love the Centipede. 3 mana, 2/1, goes and gets a basic, which I'm not even splashing right now, but if you do, it helps. And when you have Delirium, it becomes a 3/3, so it just gets bigger later too. Another Winter's Intervention, another Egotist, a Fungus, which I do like. If the Centipede wasn't here, I would have taken the Fungus, but certainly going to take the Centipede. And then this pack, it's a bit of a miss. Oh, there's so many Percussionists. I'm happy where I am because Swarmweaver and Flytrap are so good, but some kind of red-green deck would have also been pretty nice. I think I just take... I could take the Percussionist. I have a red-green land, or red-black land, Terramorphic, and a Centipede. It's a lot better than the Branch Snapper. Branch Snapper is just fine. I really don't need to be splashing another color here. All right, well, I'm going to take another Centipede here. No harm, no foul there. Over Winter's Intervention. Now there's like a bunch of those that could come back. And here, I don't think Grievous Wound is playable. Killer's Mask is pretty mediocre, but it's another artifact that you sometimes mill, and it manifests, which is pretty nice. It's that, or take like Horrid Vigor, which doesn't look particularly great here. All right, I guess I'll take the Killer's Mask, though. If I don't end up playing it, I wouldn't be unhappy. Oh, look, there's a Monstrous Emergence and like the 7th Percussionist. Could have just had such a sick monkey deck. Well, Monstrous Emergence is also pretty good, so... And it makes this Branch Snapper better. Land Cyclers plus Emergence is pretty good. This card's kind of weird. They can't stop it by killing the creature in play that you chose, and of course the one in hand as well. But if they -3/-3, it actually does get worse. Oh, Break Down the Door. It's a solid card. It's not like amazing, but this is now instant number 3. Yep, and that's perfect. 3 is about the number where I feel like I've got enough. And here I can take the Razor Trap Gorge out. This is 25 cards. The Chandelier is probably fine. Killer's Mask I can cut. Given that I've got 2 Say Its Name and 2 Under the Skin. Fanatic of the Harrowing is also extremely cuttable. Oh, third say its name. Yeah, I'll take that. A lot of growing dreads around here, but now it's a shame I didn't get the Altenac, but I still think that the third say its name is going to be great here. So this is with 16 lands. All right, the buck stops here. I'm not playing any of those cards anyway. Oh, a Glimmerlight. I don't mind that. There's also a third Egotist, but I don't really want that. Okay. Oh, I can take Appendage Amalgam out, I think. Oh, I only have one enchantment, though. No, I probably want the Amalgam, then. I guess Saw is technically a thing, but I'm not playing that. You know what I might want instead of Appendage Amalgam? It could be the Derelict Attic. It's not amazing, but draw 2, lose 2 is reasonable. I do want a second enchantment to mill. You know, Fear of Infinity is actually great. It's a card I don't mind splashing in black-green if you've got enough self-mill and enchantments, but this deck doesn't have the enchantment, so I'm not going to do that. I didn't wheel Keys to the Door. That's funny. Chandelier, I think, is also fine here. Not only just as an artifact to mill, now that I have 3 Say Its Names and 2 Under the Skins, it feels like I'm going to go pretty deep. I'll keep the Moldering Gem, though it's not like the best ever. I could definitely cut one of these Egotists, but I also want to get an enchantment in. I don't think I want to cut a land. I think this is a good amount of lands. I have 3 instants, 7 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 1 enchantment. Yeah, I have to get another enchantment in. And I'm not cutting any of the sorceries, though I guess Cathartic Parting. The other option, I could cut the Chandelier and use this as my reshuffle. The reason I like the Chandelier so much is if I mill past Cathartic Parting, then it's gone and I don't have that. The Chandelier, my goal is to mill past this, and then later, at some point, one of these 5 ways to get it back if I do end up needing so. Oh, I also have Exile Target Artifact or Enchantment. Yeah, I could get the Cathartic Parting out, and then I'll put in either the Derelict Attic or the Appendage Amalgam. I feel like I have a lot of card advantage. I think a draw 2, lose 2 is going to be worse than just like a 3-2 that affects the board. All right, let's get in there. All right, so currently we're number 51. could use some dubs here. I'm on the play. All right, I like this hand. So I've got 2 1-drops. It's either a tap land or a found footage. I think I'd play the tap land first because I already have a 2. If I didn't have the Watchdog, I would have likely just played turn 1 found footage and turn 2 cracked it, or left up cracking found footage or winner's intervention. But here, I'll just play Terramorphic, play a Watchdog, hopefully. Oh, Moldering Gem? Yeah, actually, that's fine. I could have milled it for Delirium, but I already have land, and I'm going to have Artifact and Instant. I'm going to have Creature at some point, so I'm not really that worried. Obviously, getting to 6 is even better. Okay, so here, I'm going to play the Moldering Gem first because I'm going to attack with the dog, and if they block, then I don't want to waste the Surveil. Like, imagine if I didn't play Moldering Gem, and then I surveilled Swarmweaver. I would just not be able to play the gem this turn, which sounds kind of bad. Blue-black, huh? So if they have an enchantment, they can attack me. They didn't want to trade, which means that they're probably attacking this turn. Would be my guess, at least. Oh, Fear of Infinity. That's annoying. I don't have a good answer to that. And so far, I've actually drawn all lands. So let's crack this found footage and hope we can stop flooding out here. Okay, I'll draw Under the Skin. Play a land. And I think I attack for 2, because what I'm likely going to do is they have to play an enchantment to attack with the Stalked Researcher. And at that point, I'll Winter's Intervention, the Fear of Infinity. And then next turn, I'll open the Weight Room. And then the turn after that, hopefully I've seen enough cards that Under the Skin can get something good. That seems to be the plan here. Glimmer Burst. Oh, that's really annoying. Because not only does it let them attack and draw 2 cards, it also means that I don't get to attack back with the dog because I'm not trading it for a 1/1. All right, well. Okay, a second Under the Skin is nice. Let's just make a 5/5. And I guess we'll exile, break down the door, pass the turn. I have land, artifact, instant, no creature yet, but again, that's like basically free. Killing the Fear of Infinity obviously is they're just gonna get it back now, but it saves 1 attack, maybe 2 if their enchantment their next enchantment's expensive and they can't replay it. Murder to 5/5. Sure. Yeah, so now the Winter's Intervention has stopped 2 attacks. Okay. I don't think I attack here. Okay, now let's see. So in my graveyard right now, I have a found footage I can get back. All right, so let's manifest the Branch Snapper. Get back found footage. Play a land, and I think I just do this again. Okay, and now let's manifest the Say Its Name and get back the Fly Trap. And then play found footage and ship the turn. And the Fly Trap now is going to have 4 types because I'm going to be able to get the found footage into the graveyard. And then they know about it, which I could have manifested the other way, but I felt like getting to play it instead of having to attack with it was going to be better. And then next turn, what I can do here is crack found footage. Oh, more stalked researchers. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, do they not have a way to bring back the Fear of Infinity yet? Okay. This works for me. Let's see. 7, 8 mana. I guess I have enough mana to kind of do all of it. So let's just play the Centipede first. Do they have counter unless I pay 2? That would be annoying for sure. Because now let's attack with the Watchdog. Because if this dies, if it hits them, I'm fine with that. And if it dies, I can then play the Fly Trap. Let me sack the found footage first. See what I see. Oh, now I can put the Withering Torment into my hand and pass the turn. I don't know. I'm just a little suspicious of what they have going on here. Oh, Entity Tracker. Okay. I could have killed it right there, but now I think they had Entity Tracker, not Don't Make a Sound. And the reason I didn't kill it right away is because I want them to spend mana on an enchantment first. Oh, Skull Crab. Oh, that's funny. That's a little threatening for sure. Defiled Crypt. Okay, so in response, I'm going to kill the Entity Tracker. I'll live with the Skull Crab for now. Okay, all their other stuff triggers. It doesn't matter that much, so the Fear of Infinity is obviously good. Defiled Crypt to get it back. Nice. And it makes a 2/2 enchantment creature. Oh. Okay, there goes my Chandelier. I've used up 2 Under the Skins and 1 Say Its Name. Oh, they're sending with those? Okay, well. I think I'm just supposed to block them all. I hope they don't kill the Branch Snapper. They did. Well, now I have 6, though. 6 tokens, or 6 types is pretty nice. So now they both get 2. And I'm going to send with these. They could double block the Watchdog if they want. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm going to take 4, and then next turn this thing attacks. It is a pretty big game. I didn't really want to take too much more damage. Obviously, I was hoping the Branch Snapper would survive. All right, and I'll leave that on top because I'm going to get milled next turn anyway. But hopefully, I basically just have to draw the one of my last Say Its Names would be nice. Okay. Because if I could get back the Malevolent Chandelier, then I'll be okay. So I have a 2 out of 7 chance of drawing Say Its Name this turn. That's not so bad. Meat Locker on the Fly Trap. That's pretty annoying. Oh, they didn't? That's a little surprising. Okay, now I have a 40% chance of drawing Say Its Name this turn. I did not. Guess I'll attack with this and put a bunch of counters on it. Force them to chump with their leech. They have one card left. Okay, Egotist. Just play a land past the turn. So if they can play 2 enchantments, I die. Oh, they can just kill me here, actually. Because they can unlock the thing. So yeah, it basically came down to I had a 40% chance to draw Say Its Name. And I missed. Because I hit the 1 and 1 more. Yep. All right, that's round 1 for you. All right, time for round 2. I could have killed the Skull Crab instead of the Entity Tracker, but they would have just gotten back the Skull Crab anyway, so it didn't really... I basically just needed to draw Say Its Name, and I had a pretty good shot of doing it, but, you know, didn't get there. I had a couple draws, and the last one, of course, it was 2 Say Its Names and 5 cards. So here, I'm probably going to fire off the turn 2 Say Its Name, just to spend my mana and maybe get something back. Yeah, I'll get a little Ratoncito back. And now I basically have Delirium. I have Sorcery Land, and I have Instant at any point here. Oh, though I can play Glimmerlight and equip here. I think that's a better use of my mana, because that way they don't really want to attack into the token. And then on turn 4, I'll just throw out the Swarm Weaver. You don't. The cool thing about this is you don't have to have Delirium when you cast it. Just getting it at some point later works. Okay. Mountain. So they have a Head Shredder and a mountain in the graveyard. Land. Let's attack. And sure, let's just Swarm Weave. If they kill it, I will get it back at some point. And I have so many regrowths in my deck, which is why I felt comfortable firing off Say Its Name on 2. Of course, there was some argument to save it for Swarm Weaver later. That last game, I wonder... Yeah, I could have killed the Skull Crab, I guess. I could have not blocked one of the 3/3s so I could flip the Branch Snapper. Maybe that would have been better. I go to 9. Yeah, maybe double blocking the second Branch Snapper wasn't necessary, or second Stalked Researcher wasn't necessary. Though I don't think I outraced the Skull Crab. So let's see what you got in your red-green Delirium deck. Very clearly would be my guess. Your path lies across the spine of the world, where every new cave hides some danger. So I guess that's a D&D card. So I sorcery and land. So I don't think I need to do anything else here. I'm not going to try to get Delirium before attacking. They just did nothing. They thought for a long time, cast no spells, made no blocks. Okay, I guess I'll play the Watchdog. Let's see what we see. Winter's Intervention. No, I'll just mill that. And then play a Rat. And I suppose move the Glimmerlight onto the Rat. Make it a slightly better blocker. I'm not leaving up Withering Torment, but I don't really know what I would need it for anyway. If they have Scorching Dragonfire to kill the Swarm Weaver, then yeah, that's fine. They could have done that already. Do they have the Betrayer's Bargain maybe? 4 mana, deal 5 to the Swarm Weaver and exile it. Like I said, also fine. They've got something here. I would imagine they want to cast a spell. Turn 4 is a pretty big turn to take off. I have 6 creatures in play and they have 1. I don't think this is working out great for them. Betrayer's Bargain, the Rat? What? I don't really understand how that all played out. Like, killing the Swarm Weaver and exiling it sounds pretty good. Yeah, they get to hit me for 4 with a hand that feeds with Delirium now. Do they have like a Waltz of Rage? Yeah, all right, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, well, keeping up the Withering Torment would have worked out a little better, wouldn't it have? Well. End of turn, kill your thing, untap Waltz of Rage is definitely something. All right, well, I'm going to kill that now. Or try to, because I don't really want to take 4 here. Another hand that feeds, sure. Yeah, that's about how it goes, huh? I guess specifically instant into Waltz of Rage was something I could have worried about. I don't know. Seemed more likely they would just go Scorching Dragonfire and play another creature on their turn. This is cool. This is a really good Delirium deck. I guess I'm getting what I deserve, one could argue. If I can just draw a Regrowth, then all of a sudden I'm winning again, because I get to Regrowth, Swarmweaver, Monstrous Emergence, the hand it feeds, and then have 2 Delirium Insects. Okay, well, better late than never, I guess. Clearly they have an instant in their hand. Okay, Swarmweaver's back. Land Monstrous Emergence. Reveal a Swarmweaver. They can't stop that. And then Swarmweaver. I feel like they're going to kill it because they obviously have an instant in their hand. But that leaves behind 2 1/1 insects, but they can still double block and trade for hand that feeds, or at least I can try. Trial of Agony. I guess my insect will take 5. I mean, I can't block now, so I go to 2. So if they have anything, I just die. All right, I'm at 2. And what else? No other plays. And I drew a forest, of course. All right, pass the turn. Waiting for them to play their instant speed removal spell to kill me. All right. 0-2 start? Well, let's keep going. All right. Let's see if I can avoid the 0-3 with a nice little Swarmweaver Flytrap Delirium deck. Okay, I'll keep this hand. Turn 1 Footage, turn 2 Crack the Footage, turn 3 Torment. Definitely could be a bit slow, but not a hand I'm going to mulligan. Play against blue-white. Yeah, if they go Inquisitive Glimmer or Gremlin Tamer this turn, I'm not going to have a good time. Yeah, Grand Entry is fine. Makes a 1/1. Not a big deal. Okay, Under the Skin too. Let's use the Footage rather than say its name. The longer you can wait on say its name Under the Skin, clearly the better those cards get. Obviously you have nothing else to do, it's okay. Oh. Into Fear of Infinity. All right. I'm going to mill the Forest. I think I just mill the Monstrous Emergence too. It's obviously fine, but I really want to dig to Swarmweaver or Flytrap. Those are going to be the cards I'm most interested in finding. Now, I can play Say Its Name. I can play Under the Skin, and there's nothing great to bring back. I don't really want a Withering Torment, the Fear of Infinity. Let's just go Under the Skin. Bring back Found Footage. Next turn, I could play Found Footage and crack it. I could play the Rat. I could leave up Withering Torment. I mean, I could wait on playing the Strangled Cemetery because I'm going to be at 13 life pretty soon. If they spend their turn putting a counter on each of their creatures, I'll just trade for the Glimmer. Take 3 down to 16. Next turn, probably end up Withering Torment on the Fear of Infinity. Definitely not taking 5 here. And they have a land to play. Don't try to pretend like you don't. Another land. Land, Found Footage, Withering Torment, the Fear of Infinity. Pass the turn. Probably going like Rat plus Crack Footage next turn or something along those lines. I'm just getting destroyed by Fear of Infinity. It's a good card. Blue-black itself typically isn't very good, but Fear of Infinity itself is a strong card. So if you can end up like splashing it here or just having a blue-black deck with it is fine. Let's play the Centipede. And instead of playing the Rat, I think just cracking Found Footage sounds better. And dig for Flytrap or Swarmweaver. I would really like to save the Say Its Name because I would like to find one of those and maybe bring it back. All right, Fear of Infinity is acceptable. Oh, really? All right. Block. Interesting. Attack. I have 6 mana next turn. Yeah, I don't mind. I guess I don't need the Centipede. I'll keep the Winter's Intervention, though, because I can use that. I think they just didn't realize I was going to get Delirium. I can use the Winter's Intervention to kill the Fear of Infinity, and that should buy me some time again. Are they going to unable to scream my Spineseeker Centipede now? They were thinking about it. Hit for 3. I don't want to play the Branch Snapper. I feel like they have something. I don't really want to play Say Its Name here, but I guess for mana purposes I could. Or actually what I'll do is I'll play the Egotist and then leave up Winter's Intervention for the Fear of Infinity. Though I think because I haven't cast anything yet this turn, I might just take the 2 and then cast Winter's Intervention end of the turn, since presumably they're going to attack first. If I don't win this game after like I'm 0-2, I've got a good deck, they chump attack to 2-2 into my Spineseeker Centipede, but we'll see. I'll just lose to Esper Fear of Infinity instead, I guess. We'll find out. Yeah, I'll take 2. It might mean an extra 2 I took for no reason, but if they play an enchantment this turn, which it feels like they do, oh, they have Sporogenic Infection. I guess I would rather just sacrifice the Centipede. This way I don't have to sack the Egotist, and I could either end up with an Egotist or a 3/3 Centipede that had the infection on it. This seemed better. All right, so I played 2 enchantments this turn. Now I feel a little better about just slamming the Branch Snapper. So let's do that. This way, if they want to unlock the Meat Locker, if they want to go into the Drowned Diner here, which is a pretty logical play to make, I get to punish them by attacking for 7. I take another 2 here. I go to 10. They go to 23. But now that I've drawn the second Say Its Name, I'm probably going to have to fire 1 off here. Okay, if they play a Meat Locker, that's also fine, because that play, they spent 3 mana and didn't draw a bunch of cards. It's a much less good play. Well, typically you should play your Eerie cards before you play your enchantments, but, you know, I'll let them cook, I guess. All right, Say Its Name, let's go. I mean, Malevolent Chandelier is actually not terrible here. Let's just play a 4/4 flyer. And still have a Say Its Name. I have 14 cards left. I have 6 types, so the Omnivorous Flytrap will generate 4 counters the turn I play it. Yeah, now they might be going into the Drowned Diner, which doesn't matter. I don't mind too much because my attacks next turn are decent. It's possible next turn I attack with the Egotist and they block with the Skullsap Nuisance. Though I guess they could double block with the 1 on the Nuisance. That's like a little less enticing. Fear of Immobility. Okay, they're going to tap down my Chandelier. Okay. I'll take 4, I guess. Oh, they didn't attack with the 1/1. It's odd. Well, I've used 1 under the skin. I have the Chandelier in play, though, I guess, so I don't have to worry too much about milling. All right, let's just play another. I just can't find either of my good creatures. All right. Yeah, I mean, the Spineseeker Centipede is pretty good. And I have 7 mana, so yeah, let's go Centipede. So my deck right now is a Glimmerlight, a Watchdog, a Say Its Name, Breakdown, and then the 2 good creatures that I'm hoping to find. And I want to use Winter's Intervention. I think I should use Chandelier on Under the Skin here. And I guess I'll pass the turn. Chandelier is only at sorcery speed, so I had to do that now. I could have played Rat instead, but I feel like I have decent blocks. I mean, if they attack with the Fear of Immobility, I'm happy to just double block here. I'm gonna Winter is. All right, they don't have anything. All right, well trade was good for me. I kind of surprised about that attack. Now my Branch Snapper and Chandelier are both untapping this turn. That is a pretty big game. They're going to have to do something. All right, they're going to exile. Oh, really? I have 10 cards left? Yeah, I guess that makes some sense. The Chandelier seems like it's a problem for them. All right, well, Swarm Weaver is excellent. Let's send here. I'll trade Centipede for Researcher. I think that's fine. And Swarm Weaver. And I've got lots of sorceries, right? Yeah, all right. So let's put the other Under the Skin back. And they didn't play an enchantment last turn, so I'm also going to snipe their Fear of Infinity. Put that on the bottom so they don't get that back. And then I've got 2 Under the Skins back, so let's just play the Rat. Okay. I mean, this is kind of what I've been trying to do this whole draft. And I think it's working out here. Now they're going to draw 3. Sure. Now they're, I think, in a lot of trouble. I have 2 Under the Skins at some point when I get to them. At this point, I've got 2 sorceries left. 3 sorceries left. Lots of instants. Oh, there's the Fly Trap. All right. Now we get to go this. We get to put counter on Swarm Weaver and I think counter on one of the insects. Attack the Rat. I don't need to attack with. Well, actually, I probably should have attacked with the Rat, to be honest. They can chump and then they'll take 10 here. Yeah, that actually puts them in a pretty bad spot. And I'm going to use the Malevolent Chandelier a bunch because I'm here. I don't care about their graveyard. I want to say its name back. And how many creatures? Well, I have a lot of creatures. Let's put back no, not Spine Seeker so much. Yeah, all right. I'll put back a Spine Seeker. And I don't care about lands. Don't want to put back Found Footage. It's my only artifact. I guess what I'll put back, because I don't think I care about putting back their graveyard. I will put back another Spine Seeker, maybe a Popular Egotist at that point. All right. So I've got some gas coming up. These are kind of awkward in the ordering, but Under the Skin, basically the first priority is put back Under the Skin and say its name, because if the Malevolent Chandelier dies out, I just want as many ways to bring it back as possible. I think they're pretty dead now. Yeah. All right. On the board, 1 and 2, and back to number 69. Nice. All right. Battling Jace here in an elimination match. Opponent goes first. Okay. I like this hand a lot. Swarm Weaver in the opener is just great. Though I did lose the game to Waltz of Rage. Yeah, I mean, play turn 1 Found Footage. Turn 2, I've actually got 3 different options, and that's without even drawing a forest. Winter's Intervention, their play. They didn't play one. Well, I drew a forest, even better. Let's just play the Watchdog. I have a million plays now, but Watchdog, I love seeing a land there that I can just mill. And okay, well, that's a good play. The Overlord is pretty strong. Let's go land. Glimmerlight. This just used my mana better. So I kind of like getting to hit for 4 here. Then next turn, I've got a bunch of ways to find lands. I can start by cracking Found Footage, most likely. I know we'll draw for my turn. I guess that's where I'll start. And see what we need to hit. They got 5 mana. The Overlord's got a couple turns before it's coming in. They've got a white-green ramp deck. Ripspawn Hunter. Okay. Sure. Let's crack Found Footage. I would really like to find a land here. Come on. All right, I'm just going to bend them both. Look, I could have not kept the land, but I had all this mill in hand and card draw. It didn't feel like it was necessary. Well, I just feel like this is like, I'm not saying that I made the right play, to be clear. And I'm not saying that I never make mistakes, also to be clear. Ugh, now they're going to get to use Ripspawn Hunter and draw some cards. What do they draw? They drew 3 cards off it. Ugh. But it feels like like my decisions always get like max punished, like regardless. And that's the part that's tough. It's okay. Well, let's not give up, I guess. Choose a creature you control, target this. Because if I had drawn a land, I would have been able to do this last turn and then attack. Instead, they draw 3 cards. Just get another forest to pass the turn. I mean, having Enduring Vitality plus Survivor creatures is really strong. I mean, their draw was great, but I still think I would have been in decent shape if I hadn't let them just draw 3 cards there. But milling the first land is pretty important, so that is why I did that. Let's see if we can grind through all this stuff with a Swarm Weaver, huh? I mean, that's going to be that's what I'm going to try to do. Shrewd Storyteller, too. Yeah, I am probably not going to win this regardless. Because now they have the Overlord. Oh, there's the Fly Trap. I guess let's start with Swarm Weaver. And they get to gain 2 life, put a counter, draw a card. Yeah. Green-white doesn't usually work out, but Enduring Vitality is one of the best cards for it. Obviously, an Overlord speeding things up doesn't hurt either. What am I going to do here? I mean, they're going to tap all their Survivor stuff regardless of whether they attack. Play their Doll, draw a card. I mean, they just have so much mana. I don't think I can win this game, unfortunately. Obviously, if I killed Ripspawn Hunter, I'd have a much better chance, but they still had Shrewd Storyteller and Cautious Survivor in hand, and they would still get to use those with Enduring Vitality. That wouldn't change here. And they have... Yeah, you know, who am I kidding? They have 12 mana to my, like... to my 4. All right, I'll get to do that at least. And then they put a counter on something. They draw a card. Play a beastie at the very least. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. Into Orphans. Okay. Oh, yeah. A lot of ways to tap their creatures. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Okay. Well, like I said, let's try to battle here. So, instant clue or instant artifact, land, sorcery. I'm trying to think if I can get to 6 here. I guess if I say its name and milled a creature and enchantment, that seems pretty unlikely. So let's not do that. Let's just play the Fly Trap. Put, I think, 2 counters on the bug. And then I've got Winter's Intervention that can kill like Optimistic Scavenger or something like that. All right, let's pass the turn. And maybe have Say Its Name ready to go. All right, Centipede, sure. Yeah, you know what? I have a better idea. Why don't we just draft again? This is not happening. They're drawing twice as many cards and they have 5 times as much mana. They like literally have like 20 mana. All right, that was an unfortunate draft. I will say that. This deck is really good. I would have guessed that this deck would get closer to 5 wins than 1. I mean, Swarm Weaver, Fly Trap, double Under the Skin, triple Say Its Name, and like decent stuff. Those are the last couple of cards, like the Amalgam or whatever. Found Footage was actually good. Like that, this is the use case for it. But like the Amalgam's not great. Like the Moldering Gem isn't like amazing in this deck. Popular Egotist, etc. But still, that was a beating. But you know what? Right back in the queue. That's what we'll do. All right, let's see if we can acquit ourselves a little better. So, less of a good opener. Beastie Beatdown is really strong if you're in red-green. Fear of Being Hunted is just generally a pretty good card. Hand That Feeds is good in red-green, though obviously, and red-black, but worse than Beastie Beatdown if I was going to go that direction. I think I'm going to take Fear of Being Hunted, though. I really like this card. It's especially good with Most Valuable Slayer or sometimes Tunnel of Hate. They give it first strike, so you get to attack and force them to just chump. And it's a monocolor card. I think that's a little bit stronger. All right, now I'll just take Midnight Mayhem. Midnight Mayhem is incredible. 3/1/1 Lifelink Menace Haste Gremlins. Also, the Gremlins you have in play gain those things. I do love threats around every corner, but even I have to concede to the fact that Midnight Mayhem is quite a bit better. All right, and here, there's a hand that feeds, which is quite good if you can get to Delirium consistently, which red-white is okay at. It's not great, but it's got some outs. And there's a Seize from Slumber, but I don't like this card outside of blue-white all that much. And then there's an Inquisitive Glimmer, which would kind of mean throwing away our first two picks, but it's by far the best card in the pack. I think I'm just going to spec on the Glimmer here. We'll see. Well, spec ended. Arabella Abandoned Doll is one of the reasons to be red-white. Getting 1/4 after getting a Mayhem second. Fantastic. I like the Slayer too. I would have been really happy with that, but there we go. I still feel fine about the Inquisitive Glimmer pick. Like, if the next pack didn't have Arabella and instead had a great blue or white card that goes in blue-white, Optimistic Scavenger or Gremlin Tamer, or even just something like, Unable to Scream, that sort of thing, it's worth speccing on a much, much better card. Hand that feeds is in red-white, basically replacement level, maybe sometimes slightly above. I'm not that worried about missing out on one. All right, and then we have a pack with no red or white cards that are good. I guess I'll take Living Phone, sure. Ripchain Razorkin's also pretty unplayable. Honestly, I'm just going to take Peculiar Lighthouse. Sometimes you do splash blue in these decks. Oh, Percussionist, that is. I like that a lot better than Grand Entry. Grand Entry is okay in red-white, but it's not great. Percussionist is amazing. Also, with Fear of Being Hunted, it would be nice if I could be a kind of 10-7 red to white deck. I don't think Bedhead Beastie is very good in red-white aggro. Also, when you have multiple Percussionists, having a card like Beastie, which is really bad to flip early because you can't land cycle it, is not ideal. I'm going to take the land, and the reason I'm doing that is I could end up splashing blue, perhaps. Though I'll take Norin as just a 1-drop. It's a 1-drop 2/1 that has mostly upside. Obviously, being unable to block is a downside, but getting to exile cards they blocked can be kind of nice. Like that plus Arabella, you just keep attacking them. All right, Hand That Feed came back. Great. I think there was just some packs that just didn't have stuff. I do think red-white is fairly open. At least heavy red is open. And maybe, I don't think Inquisitive Glimmer is the kind of card I want to splash, but there are cards that I could splash here. And I think I want Grab the Prize, because if I have Hand That Feeds, I could end up a little bit more Delirium-esque. Friendly Teddy helps there too. Pyroclasm is not a card you want in red-white aggro. Shocker. I also only have two white cards. Granted, they're my two best cards. No, not even kidding. Midnight Mayhem and Arabella are definitely my two best cards, but I could be really heavy red, splash those two cards, maybe blue cards, depending on what I open. Like if I opened a really strong blue card, like, look, there's a Living Phone. I mean, maybe I could play it. I guess it does help with Delirium, though I have Teddy and Arabella as artifacts already. Oh, and Clockwork Percussionist, Enchantment, in Fear of Being Hunted, and then 2 sorceries. So we're doing okay here. All right, pack 2 time. Let's go. Yeah, let's not go. Fear of Abduction is just a lot more expensive than I want, and double white. I think I'm just going to take Fear of Surveillance here. It's not very strong, but it is an enchantment creature. It is a 2-drop. What are you going to do? Oh, Painter Studio. Perfect. This card is amazing. Whenever you attacking creatures get +1/+0 is just a fantastic card. It's an Orcish Oriflame for 2 mana, just like the alpha one, and really good with like Clockwork Percussionist in particular. And then Painter Studio is also really good in a low curve deck, which is what this deck is going to try to be. So happy enough to take that and followed up with just Trapped in the Screen. Trapped in the Screen is just excellent removal. No need to take Patched Plaything or Trial of Agony. Maybe Trial of Agony comes back. I do like Trial of Agony in really aggressive decks. Like when they think they're going to block Arabella, they have like multiple blockers and you just cast Trial of Agony. It can really mess them up. But Trapped in the Screen is, of course, just so reliable and so good. I think this pack, I'm kind of debating taking Unnerving Grasp. I have 2 lands that help splash it. I don't really like splashing in an aggro deck, but Unnerving Grasp is amazing, and Impossible Inferno or Grab the Prize, both of those are just extremely mediocre. All right, I'll spec on that. I don't think I'm going to play it, but you never know. Oh, I do like Glimmerlight a lot. I'd rather take Glimmerlight than a 5-drop. I like the 5 more than the 4, and I don't really like Vengeful Possession unless you have good ways to sacrifice, which red-white doesn't typically have a ton of. Black's pretty open in this direction. Some multiple nowhere to run. That card's great. I'll take Marvin. 2 mana, 2/2 artifact. Currently, it's creatures you control. I have no combos with it. Nice. Maybe I could get a combo with it at some point. I don't know. I could also take a Meat Locker. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to take Meat Locker because Marvin's just whatever. If I cut the Fear of Surveillance, which is a terrible pick anyway, I was really unhappy to take it. I could kind of have a blue-red deck splashing maybe 3 white cards. Like I've got 2 kind of strong blue cards in my sideboard. I don't think I'd splash the Inquisitive Glimmer though. A second Glimmer makes that a little bit more intriguing. I just think you don't get that much out of splashing this card in particular. I could take Grand Entryway or Vanish from Sight. I still think it's more likely that I am playing whites. Let's just take the Grand Entryway. It's fine. Whew. Okay, 8th pick trapped in the screen. All right. Guess we're just going to be red-white. Our brief flirtation with blue was probably not panning out, but I think we're going to be fine here regardless. And then here, there's a Meat Locker and a Get Out. Like a lot of blue cards, I think I still just take Grab the Prize. If I get a second hand that feeds, which I could have if I hadn't taken this Inquisitive Glimmer, then the Grab the Prize gets a lot better. And I don't think I'm going to be literally short on playables. It's kind of impossible for that to happen. I am not long on them, let's just say. Oh, I don't mind Unsettling Twins. It's not amazing, but my curve is pretty low. I've got 2 cards that cost 4. You know, enough's enough. No one wants the Shroud Stomper, I'll take it. The Grand Entryway and the Painter Studio are actually cheaper, so not too bad. Oh, Ghostly Dancers. There we go. So when it's a 2/5 flying, when it enters, you return an enchantment from a graveyard to your hand or unlock a locked room, and when you do either of those things, you also make a 3/1 flying. So there's also a Razorkin Horde Caller and Gremlin Tamer. Those are both great, but yeah, obviously we're going to take Ghostly Dancers. Into second Ghostly Dancers? Okay. Now we're in the market for any enchantments we see. Now I kind of wish we had just moved into blue-white. But now Surgical Suite is also a great enchantment, though there's a Silent Creeper too. Blue didn't seem like amazingly open in pack 1, but I guess it was, or maybe just the packs were weird. So this gets back a cheap creature like Arabella or Fear of Being Hunted. Also, Hospital Room, whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 on attack counter on an attacking creature. That's sick with Fear of Being Hunted. You can set up some nice things. Plus, any room is really, really good because you want to unlock a door more than you want to get something back. Because if you let's say you tap out on turn 5, if you got an enchantment back to your hand, if they then kill Ghostly Dancers, you never get a 3/1. But if you unlock a room, assuming they can't kill it in response, you then get to immediately get that 3/1. And if they kill the dancers, you got that value. So I would like to pick up some more rooms just to kind of ensure that is a viable play. But I'm pretty happy with how this is going now. Turns out opening and getting past Ghostly Dancers goes a long way. Oh, now there's another Fear of Being Hunted. I do love that card. I'll take that over Hand That Feeds. Now that I have, I would love to pick up a Most Valuable Slayer, but even just having Surgical Suite Hospital Room means you got some combos. These Grab the Prizes, I'm a little less happy about. Glimmerlight's also a combo. You equip onto this, attack into like a 2/2 or whatever. And supposedly, I guess I could Elegant Rotunda the Fear of Being Hunted, though. That's a little bit sketchier. Not in love with this, though. I have 11 creatures. Honestly, I could play these Living Phones because they can find Ghostly Dancers. That actually seems kind of nice. I don't really want Fear of Immobility because with double Ghostly Dancers, I want cheaper enchantments. I don't want 5-drop ones. And Split Skin Doll's it's like a Living Phone that's good. It just draws you a card. Gremlin Tamer, I mean, blue-white, there was a world where I drafted blue-white here, but the problem was the red seemed more open early than the white did. Well, Razorkin Horde Caller, that's the 5 I want. I mean, getting that 7th pick. I could wheel the other Razorkin Horde Caller. It is possible. I would play multiples. The card is just so good. 5 mana 4/4 haste and makes a 1/1 when you attack. Oh, second surgical suite. Oh, Jolly Balloon Man. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I can copy Living Phones. I can copy Arabella. I could copy Split Skin Doll. Well, copying Arabella is not that good, but copying Split Skin Doll or Living Phone is great. Obviously, copying Ghostly Dancers is cracked. All right. Let's take the Balloon Man. And then I don't think I'm going to play Emerge from the Cocoon, but it's not 0%. Looking at this, I need to cut a couple cards here. Copying Fear of Being Hunted is kind of interesting. It doesn't really work that well because the 1/1 flying version can't really be blocked. So, I can just cut some Grab the Prizes. Easy enough cut. Honestly, I've got creatures, sorcery, or I should just cut Hand That Feeds. I'm just not doing that. Shepherding Spirits is also not a 0. Now that I don't have that many percussionists. I guess I like the Bedhead Beastie a little more. I don't really want to play Found Footage. All right. Hand That Feeds. I didn't get enough rooms for Rampaging Soul Rager, unfortunately. Bear Trap. All right. Well, this is 17 with 1 Land Cycler, but I think my curve's a little higher. I can have aggressive draws, not really an aggressive deck. The other option is, is there any world where I splash Meat Locker and Unnerving Grasp? I don't think I need to do that. I could play an Emerge from the Cocoon. I've got 2 incredible creatures to get back. Horde Color is good. Beastie's good. Getting back Arabella or Jolly Balloon Man is not terrible. So if I put that in, I could cut the Norin. I mean, I've got, how many creatures that are power 2-less? I have 16 creatures, and the Living Phone itself doesn't count. The one that dies doesn't count. I'm just looking at what would happen if one of these died. So that's 15 creatures, and then 1, 2, so 13 creatures that it targets. That's pretty good. 1 out of every 3 cards about, and it looks at top 5. All right, so I feel okay cutting Norin. And 9/8, yeah. All right, let's get in there. Let's see if we can get a little redemption for that black-green deck. All right, so we're starting this one at number 81, Mythic. Let's see if we can improve. Well, I'm going to keep this hand on the draw. Oh, Jolly Balloon Man Percussionist is also nice. Yeah, I like the Jolly Balloon Man here. All right, well, that's a 2-drop. That's decent. And it can maybe help me find red. Red. Let's play Fear of Surveillance. They're going to land cycle here. And then turn 3, I would really like to draw a mountain, because then if I could probably go Percussionist Entryway. Well, I'm going to attack here. Trapped in the screen. They're going to block now. Yeah, I should leave that on top. It's kind of annoying because they're going to block, and I'll play Grand Entryway. I guess I have nothing to do with it. I'll just play this as make a 1/1. Flipping this won't really serve any purpose either. But if they use that treasure to play something, I get to Trapped in the Screen it. I kind of assume they're going to do something like that. Oh. No, they're just going to kill that. All right. Well, I'm still going to use Trapped in the Screen here. And now if I draw red, I can start playing cards. But if I don't, then, so it goes. What you got? A Branch Snapper. Yikes. Okay. There's the red. What do I have that I can do here? I think Arabella, and it's obviously just like a bit of a waste, but I'll make it a 2/4. You know, if they kill my Arabella, which it looks like they're going to Monstrous Emergence it off the Branch Snapper, yeah. Then I guess, they're going to say its name first. Okay, they didn't mail anything too great. Oh, they're just getting the Beastie back. Yeah. Okay. And is their last card the Emergence? Oh, it's Beastie Beatdown to make their House Cartographer a 4/4? Of course it is. Of course it is. Let's go Living Phone and Percussionist, I guess. I'm so dead. Yeah. block the 4/4. I don't think it's trample, so blocking it doesn't do anything. Percussionist is going to exile. Who knows what? Emerge from the cocoon. I mean, I have an Arabella to get back. What is this? They have a lot of beastie beatdowns. Wow. Okay. Well, there's round one. So we're speed running here. All right. Battling Sarah here. So if I had read that game, might have been able to make some plays early. All right. That would have been nice. This hand is like Glimmerlight into Painter's Studio and then Ghostly Dance. I want to leave the Defaced Gallery locked so I can unlock it with the Ghostly Dancers. And I am going to play the Painter's Studio here because I want to find a play to play next turn. Okay. I'll take 2. Next turn, I'll probably just go land, play Grand Entryway, and then equip Glimmerlight to one of the tokens. Let's hope that their turn 3 play isn't too much pressure. And then I know on turn 5, I get to go play a 2/5 Ghostly Dancer, so I get a 2/5 and a 3/1, and I unlock the room. Not that unlocking Defaced Gallery is like amazing, but there's still a 2/5 plus a 3/1. Oh, Vicious Clown. Okay, well, regardless, I'll do this. Actually, what I could do here, well, I'm just going to equip onto the token, and then if they play a creature first to make the clown a 4/3, I probably double block. If they just attack as is, that's a little different. Oh, okay. Well, Enduring Courage didn't make the clown bigger, so they're just going to tap out for Enduring Courage and say go. Scared of my Glimmerlight tokens. I mean, that's why Glimmerlight is good. I get to do some trading up here. Let's take it. The reason I want to take it is I think I just want to play Ghostly Dancers this turn. And I'm actually going to unlock the Elegant Rotunda. And I'm going to put counters on each of my other creatures. And then, because they're already going to want to kill the Ghostly Dancers. And I've got Emerge from the Cocoon to save it if they kill it and it goes to the graveyard, and Trapped in the Screen to save it if they use like Trapped in the Screen on it. Where the only way I could not save the Dancers is if they played like a Betrayer's Bargain and gave it and dealt 5 to it and exiled it. Okay, Hand That Feeds is in. Vicious Clown is in. They're all in. Who's coming in? Can't really attack with anything else here. I also have Trapped in the Screen for their Enduring Courage, which I will be doing at some point here. Let's just trade, and I don't really want to take 8. I'll throw a 2/2 away, I guess. The plaything's just not going to be that scary in a turn, especially since I get to go unlock, make another 3/1, land, Unsettling Twins. Oh, nice call on that. And then I'll hit for 3 in the air, 4 in the air, and pass. Though maybe I could have just Trapped in the Screen the Enduring Courage. It's not the most frightening, though. My creatures are pretty good at blocking. Like, they get +2/+0, and that Hand That Feeds great. It still trades for a 2/2. Oh, we got tricks. We got tricks, huh? Okay. At 16. I mean, I don't really care if the Ghostly Dancers dies, honestly. I wish I had an enchantment to get back. I don't actually have. I would like to get one of those into the graveyard. I guess I could Emerge from the Cocoon the Unsettling Twins. That's like another way to do things. But I guess casting Trapped in the Screen will get me an enchantment. All right, so I don't think I really want to block with the Ghostly Dancers. I certainly want to block the Hand That Feeds. And, I mean, I guess I could just block the Plaything. All right, yeah, and then I'm just going to do a bunch of trading off. Oh, really? They didn't have a trick? Are they going to Scorching Dragonfire me now? No, if they had that, they would have done it beforehand because the first strike would have worked. All right. Ghostly Dancers is dead. They have one card in hand. Let's just emerge it from the cocoon. I want to do that before I play my Trapped in the Screen. I'm going to leave the 3/1 back in case they like attack me with too much stuff to block with. I mean, they have 2 cards in hand. I guess Midnight Mayhem would be pretty bad. But then I would take 9. Well, I could even double block one of them. Take 6. Yeah, that's fine. I think Trapped in the Screen on the Enduring Courage next turn is going to be pretty good. Okay. I mean, making 2 4/2 attackers isn't bad, but I can just block with Ghostly Dancers here. It being a 2/5 is a pretty big game. Look, their rare is Enduring Courage, mine was Ghostly Dancers, and I think mine was mostly winning. All right. Yeah, I don't think that was too great for them. Make another 3/1, exile your Enduring Courage. Glimmerlight on the Arabella. Attack, and then I nug for 2, and then the Painter's Studio goes off and pass the turn, and I get there. I would say fairly dead here. And then they can flip the Shattered Yard and make a 2/2? Sure. I mean, they have to... I guess they don't have to chump Arabella, but blocking it's still probably pretty good for them. All right, on the board, the first game I've won for quite some time, it feels like. At number 80 Mythic, let's keep going. All right. Battling at Sarah again, huh? I feel like this red-white deck is pretty good. The double Ghostly Dancers mostly is why. All right, there we go. This is a hand. Turn 2 Arabella. Okay. That's good, but how do I want to do this? It's actually kind of interesting because if I play Arabella, they probably don't attack. And then I can Fear of Being Hunted. Well, I think this is fine. I could play Fear of Surveillance and trade, but Fear of Being Hunted usually doesn't just eat something anyway. All right, they're going to play a doll. I'm going to play... I could play Fear of Being Hunted and attack with both. They have to block one of them. But I think Living Phone, it looks a little better here. And then next turn, depending on what they do, I could go Midnight Mayhem. Attack for a lot. Oh. Optimistic Scavenger into Fear of Surveillance. It's probably going to get itself get a +1/+1 counter. All right. I guess we're kind of just sitting here. Yeah. I mean, I could play Fear of Being Hunted. I don't really want to cycle the Beastie, so I think those 2 cycles are good. If I play... I guess I could play Midnight Mayhem and attack with all 3. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just do that. And then if they want to block one, they have to block with Fear of Surveillance plus a 1 toughness creature. Yeah, all right. And then if I draw a land, I could play Fear of Surveillance and Fear of Being Hunted. They are on mono white right now, which I guess the downside is they get to attack here. Oh, they don't even want Terramorphic Expanse. Do they have the second color? Oh, they drew the second color this turn, that's why. Creeping Peeper was their best play? That's odd. All right, well, the second Fear of Surveillance. All right. Play Fear of Surveillance. Just play the Fear of Being Hunted. Now we're in a board stall? All right, well, it would be nice to find a Ghostly Dancers. I guess they only have 2 cards in hand. This Bedhead Beastie is going to be actually pretty good if they don't have one of their enchantment removal for it. Arabella also does 6. This is where Norn would be amazing, to give credit to the Wary. Because I played Norn attack with Arabella. They block. They take 6. I flicker it out, just replay it. Fear of Falling. The funny thing is Ghostly Dancers doesn't even do that much right now. But I'll play Unsettling Twins. All right. Arabella does 8 right now. It's kind of a lot. They'll make Fear of Being Hunted into a 2/2. Sure. What am I hoping to draw? I mean, Painter's Studio / Defaced Gallery would be pretty fantastic. And with a land, I'd get to play Bedhead Beastie, but that wouldn't be too amazing. Oh, Razorkin Horde Caller. I mean, the Horde Caller is also pretty good. Horde Caller. I can Nug for 9 with Arabella and make a 1/1. Or actually, I'd Nug for 10. I kind of like just getting my 10 points in here. Make a 1/1. Take 10, I gain 10. I lose Arabella, it's fine. It's just like if they bounce or put Unable to Scream or anything on Arabella, it's like I lost so much value. This also gives me more time to wait on the Fear of Falling. Oh, yeah. Lionheart Glimmer? They could probably make a big attack, though I guess I'm glad I nugged them for a bunch. I've got a 4/4, but and a 4/2, though I guess they have Fear of Falling to -2, -0. It's one of those draws where we both are drawing 5 land all spells, and it's like at some point someone's going to flood out bad. I would like to draw a Trapped in the Screen to deal with that Fear of Falling. Okay, attacking with just the big ones. Getting to trade off Living Phone is something I'm looking forward to. That I don't mind. They should shrink the Fear of Being Hunted here, I believe. Otherwise, I just trade it for their 4/4. Well, I guess it'll be 5/5. What got targeted? They targeted the Razorkin. Yeah, I didn't really want to block with the Razorkin anyway, so I guess I'll block, and then the 4/4 I'll block, and I think block with Fear of Surveillance, because I don't... Oh, no, I'll have the enchantment in my graveyard already. Definitely not blocking with Ghostly Dancers. I'll just block with the 2 tokens. Okay, I don't think this was that great of an attack for them, honestly, but we'll see. Okay, well, there's a Ghostly Dancers, and there's a Trapped in the Screen. Let's play Ghostly Dancers. Let's get back Fear of Being Hunted. I don't think their ground attacks are spectacular here because I have a 4 toughness and a 5 toughness creature. If they have a way to answer the Ghostly Dancers here, it's pretty bad. Oh, that is most definitely not that. Okay. They played that first? That's kind of weird. Sure, Fear Surveillance is reasonable. I guess, oh, they wanted to put the counter on the Erratic Apparition. Sure, that makes some sense. Okay, I take 6. They're going to bench the Ghostly Dancers, I would imagine. Oh. All right, well, I guess I'm not blocking with it. It's true. All right, land wouldn't be terrible here. Friendly Teddy, not really what I want. Let's exile the Fear of Falling, make a 3/1. Play a Friendly Teddy. No. I could attack with the 2/5 and just get a 1/1 token off the Horde Caller, but I feel like having the 2/5 to block Erratic Apparition is better. Cold Healer, sure. Erratic Apparition and Cold Healer are 2 cards I really try not to play. And I think here they have no cards. Yeah, let's attack and make a 1/1. Okay. That's fine, because end of the turn, I'm going to flip up my other Ghostly Dancer. And I think that'll be pretty good. At some point, they'll draw lands. They probably drew a land now. All right, well, let's just turn this face up. Block, and hope they don't have an instant. Because if they don't, it's going to work out pretty well for me. If they do, I'll lose a Ghostly Dancer. and that will be unfortunate. They drew Enduring Curiosity. Oh, to pump +1/+1 and +1. Oh my god, that was such a good draw. Okay. I was going to win very easily without that draw, but so it goes. Because then they lose that and I attack them back for 7, but they drew not only an enchantment, but a flash enchantment, and it was a good one. That makes things a lot harder. So now they get to make their apparition a 5/7 in attack. Yeah, 6/8. I guess I'll take it. They need to draw a card. Really what I want to find is a Trapped in the Screen. Living Phone. All right, well, Living Phone. And the reason I wanted to take it was now I can double block with my 3/1s. Pass. You would think at some point they might draw a land. But they didn't draw 2 lands. They drew exactly 1 land there, I think. So they have they have 11 lands, no, 10 lands left out of 15 cards. And I have 7 lands left out of 18. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes that's how it be. Let's send in a Living Phone. I get to make a 1/1 still, and then when this dies, maybe I can find something relevant. I mean, if I drew a removal for the Erratic Apparition, they would just be dead. My other Trapped in the Screen is somewhere in the bottom 5 cards, but I could draw a Painter's Studio. I mean, any enchantment I draw, I guess I can't draw a Painter's Studio off this, but any enchantment I draw is really strong. All right, Living Phone. Let's just put 3 enchantments on the bottom, huh? And I could put them to 1 by attacking with everything if they don't have anything. Yeah, I guess that's probably it. I mean, I have to chump now since I can't take it out in combat. I still have a potential way to win, which is if I draw a removal spell for the Apparition, which I don't have that many of. Well, this draws another card. I could attack for 3 and be kind of close to killing them. Oh, Jolly Balloon Man? Hold on. Now we got something going on here. Let's attack with Fear of Surveillance here. And Fear of Being Hunted. Surveil a land. I really want the Fear of Surveillance to die. I guess I shouldn't have played the Balloon Man first, but okay. Because now what I want to do is Jolly Balloon Man, the Ghostly Dancers. Get back Fear of Surveillance. And then cast it and make another 3/1 flyer. Okay. The Balloon Man could potentially get me out of this. I mean, as things currently stand, I'm getting to make a 1/1 and then make a 3/1 each turn. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 11 attackers. Yeah, they're not that close to killing me with a... And because I have a couple big creatures, well, I have a 4/4 and a 5/6. The attack with everything isn't fantastic. Next turn, I can copy Ghostly Dancers again. Attack with the 1/1 flyer. I could go to 1 here, but I don't think that's a good idea. Especially if they have an instant speed enchantment. But maybe now... Oh, a Glimmerlight? Okay, so let's go Jolly Balloon Man, Ghostly Dancers. Get back Fear of Being Hunted. Play Fear of Being Hunted. Make a 3/1 flyer. Play Glimmerlight. Make a 3/1 flyer. And I don't think equipping Glimmerlight to anything does all that much. I think I am going to pass the turn. I could always send Fear of Being Hunted in to get, I guess, it doesn't always get an enchantment back. I think I'm going to equip on Fear of Surveillance and attack. Because it makes a 1/1 and I get to surveil. Lands to the graveyard. Okay. This is kind of getting there. Okay, and that dies. And then let's equip Glimmerlight to one of the Dancer tokens. And the Ghostly Dancer's balloon goes away. Okay. I thought they were sitting on lands in hand, but I think, are they playing like 16 lands or 15 lands or something? No, they have to have at least one more land in hand. Monkey, huh? Yeah, let's go Balloon Man, Ghostly Dancers. Get back the Fear of Surveillance, play Fear of Surveillance, get a 3/1 flyer, and then Glimmerlight on the 1/1 attacker, because I'm just going to go for the win here. Attack with all my flyers. And, you know, if they have something, I don't even lose that much. If they have something, then they can kill a flyer, and whew. All right, Jolly Balloon Man really got me out of that one. That was sick. All right, we are on a roll of sorts. 2 wins in a row. How fantastic. Never thought I'd see the day. All right, so we're 2-1. And we'll see if this like red-white Ghostly Dancers control deck gets something done. Okay. That was quite the game. I'm on the play. Yeah, this hand needs a white, but I've got Glimmerlight on 2, and then I can open the Painter Studio on 3. And like kind of the other game, assuming I can find some planes, my hand is just completely stacked, and I can use the Ghostly Dancers to open the Defaced Gallery, make a 3/1. And then Balloon Man Ghostly Dancers. That was sick, you gotta admit. All right, so they're keeping at least one of these cards, I would imagine. Oh, no, they don't want either. They're out of here. All right, well, I'm still going to play. Actually, am I? No, hold on. I'm going to play Defaced Gallery. Now that I draw on a plains, that actually changes things dramatically, because I'm going to hit for 3 here, and they can't block unless they want to trade. Oh, sure. I'll trade for a Brood Spinner any day. Do they have Under the Skin, and they're just going to get it back now, maybe? But anyways, the reason I played the Defaced Gallery is because now I can play Midnight Mayhem and smash for 6. Sounds like a pretty good play. Resurrected Cultist. All right. Midnight Mayhem. Welcome to Midnight. They take 6. I gain 6. And then I have the 3 Gremlins plus the Defaced Gallery is going to make it pretty tough on my opponent here. If creatures and sorceries, they're surely going to get to mill a land here, right? And next turn, depending on what their play is. Oh, Watchdog. Watchdog, no surveil? Brutal. Okay, let's draw. Land would still be great. Oh, that would also be good at some point here. I think now, oh man, yeah. I really don't want to unlock the Painter Studio because I want to play Dancers and do it, but I have a Horde Caller to play also, and I really need to hit land drops this turn, so let's do that. All right. Well, I didn't hit a land, but I hit 2 relevant spells. Let's play the Monkey. Let's chill for a second here. The other thing is, they've got a 4/1 and a 3/1 out. My blocks are great here. I really don't mind trading off some of these things, and then I'll probably trap the Brood Spinner in the screen, and then I get to attack with everything again. And like I said, my hand is pretty stacked, so assuming I see a plains in the next, 3 cards, I really don't have too many concerns. Obviously, if I draw spells, though, I can also cast almost everything. I'd have to draw, another Ghostly Dancers, and then, I don't know, some of the, less strong cards in my deck. I'm not even sure. All right, land. I mean, let's play Trapped in the Screen here. Get this Brood Spinner out. And oh, exiling that. Okay. Attack for 2, I guess. Leave back some blockers. Happy to trade, and let's put the Glimmerlight on the Percussionist, because that's the one I want to die the most. The reason I couldn't play Surgical Suite, that's a lot of Brood Spinners, wow. Brood Spinner, Brood Spinner, Brood Spinner? I would have loved to play Surgical Suite so I could play Ghostly Dancers and unlock it, but I don't really want to play Surgical Suite when I still have a Balloon Man in hand that I would like to save. Well, that makes that a little bit less pressing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go Hospital Room. Attack with Percussionist as a 3/3. Yeah. Trade. Let's hit a land. I just don't want to hit a card I feel obliged to play because I really want to cast Ghostly Dancers next turn. So hitting a land would actually be perfect. Their Brood Spinner still is not actually that good. They keep surveilling to the top, but then not playing cards that are like super problematic. Ah, oh, perfect. Land. And pass the turn. They milled a murder? I like seeing that too. Excuse me. Okay, it is time to do some dancing, huh? Yeah. Unlock Surgical Suite. Get back Clockwork Percussionist. And let's move the Glimmerlight to the token so I can just straight up block the Wickerfolk Thresher. I assume the Ghostly Dancers is going to die. I'm okay with that, though. And, you know, if it's not an exile effect, which most of the effects in this color combination aren't, then I will be able to, Monstrous Emergence, yeah. I'll be able to, at some point, emerge from the cocoon stronger, faster, better. All right, they milled some Say Its names. They got all their types now. I could grind through a Brood Spinner easy, easy. 2 Brood Spinners? Yeah. What are you going to do, never attack here? All right, they're going to cash in their Wickerfolk Thresher for a card. Happy enough just to block. Trade. And land. Let's go Doll, draw a card. Yeah, let's just do some value plays here. As if I wasn't already making lots of value plays. Copy the Doll, draw another card. A Beastie, and equip Percussionist and attack with Percussionist, and the Doll one as well. Put a counter on the Percussionist. All right, block, block. And exile an Unsettling Twins. Sure, at some point here. Yep. So if they don't find an enchantment, which they kept all the cards on top again. Oh, there goes the Jolly Balloon Man. It's okay. Oh, Fear of Being Hunted. I like that. Yeah, so if I go Fear of Being Hunted and attack, it's a 5/3, but I kind of want to make it a 6/3. What I should do, yeah, I just need to do 1. So let's go. I'm just not going to play Unsettling Twins. It's fine. I've better things to do here. Land. Elegant Rotunda. Put a counter. Put a counter. I'm just going to attack with everything, actually. And then put another counter. Now, if they need to double block my Fear of Being Hunted, and they take 6, and I kill both their Brood Spinners, they're at 4 now. Yeah, I think I'll be able to beat 5 Brood Spinners. They cast 4 this game, I guess. Or maybe they cast 5. I don't know. Did they say its name back Brood Spinner both times? I'm not even going to need the second Ghostly Dancers off Emerge from the Cocoon, because next turn the Horde Caller's surely going to do enough. I mean, I have Hospital Room going, like them bringing back a 4/1. I like the idea of Resurrected Cultist. I don't think you should put that card in your deck. I generally am not impressed with it. All right, Ritual Chamber. It's a great card, but it doesn't do it there. All right. I knew this deck was good. I'm glad we're getting to a reasonable spot to it. We're 3-1 now, I think. All right, we are cruising. Let's keep going. All right, 3-1. Let's go. I'm on the play. Ooh, this is where Friendly Teddy's going to earn its keep here because I'm going to be very happy to trump with this and draw a card. Hopefully that leads to a turn 3. Yeah, turn 3, Fear of Being Hunted. If they play a Paranormal Analyst, that's like one of the best ones to snipe. Island Paranormal Analyst? They play a 1-3? There's the Island. Well, less good for me for multiple ways, but I am going to trade Fear of Being Hunted for it. I don't think that letting them keep an Oblivious Bookworm in play is any sort of good deal. So really, I just want to draw lands. I've got 2 busted 5s and a strong 3. Oh, Arabella is also strong, I guess. So send. They block the 2-3 or the 4-2. They discard an Insidious Fungus. It's a pretty solid card. So maybe they're not long on lands, or maybe the rest of their hand is awesome. So I guess I hope they're short on lands rather than their hand is awesome. Another Bookworm? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind drawing a land this turn. That would be really nice. I guess if I play Arabella, it's not like the worst. Oh, well, that actually is pretty good. Painter's Studio. Unlock. Yeah, I mean, I guess I will attack and throw this away for each draw card now. Well, this is going to be a problem. They get to attack me now. Then my Fear of Being Hunted can't attack their Bookworm. And let's see, they discarded an Etched Cornfield. Now they're going to manifest and draw an additional card. Yeah, it's all kind of going poorly now. Funnily enough, they did discard a green-white land. Huh. Wonder what they're splashing. Maybe like a Nico or something. There's not that many things you'd want to splash. Okay, Plains is nice. I mean, I'll play Fear of Being Hunted. I don't really think it makes sense to play anything else because that card is free. Attack, they take 2. Emerge from the cocoon. No longer. Well, I could still come back. And then they're going to play a manifest here, I'm sure. I am sure. All right. Yep, there's a manifest. I'm so dead. I mean, they played one of the best uncommons. Then they played it again, and then they played it again. That's all they've done so far is just cast Oblivious Bookworms and manifests, which is a pretty good way to go about things, to be honest. They get to draw 2 more cards. Well, if I draw a land and can play a Ghostly Dancers, I've got a shot here. Trapped in the screen is just not going to get the job done. Like, sure, I'll play it and I'll exile a Bookworm, and I guess I'll pass the turn because I'd rather block their manifest. But I needed to get on the board by putting 5 Power of Flyers into play, more if you really count the Defaced Gallery. Casting a 3-mana kill their Bookworm and doing nothing else after they've drawn 2 cards, then they get to take their turn, probably manifest, draw another card off their other Bookworm. Like, that is not the way I'm going to win this game. But that's because, spoiler, I'm not going to win this game. I think if I draw a land and play Ghostly Dancers and it doesn't get answered, then sure, I guess I could maybe win. But they're playing a lot of colors. Can be good. I don't mind playing multicolored green decks. When I have 3 Oblivious Bookworms, I don't usually try to splash, but to each their own. All right, so I'm going to go to 12 here. And then I'm going to draw a land. That's the plan. All right, at least they didn't get to draw an extra card this turn. They get to loot, but they didn't manifest, so it's not straight up draw. Are they thinking of not doing it? Oh, good God. That means their hand is good enough with 4 cards they don't want to loot. Well, we'll see. If they discard a land, they probably drew the land. All right, well, there's the land. I could Razorkin Horde Caller, but I just don't think that's going to win the game. I think Ghostly Dancers, unlock Defaced Gallery, make a 3-1 into maybe Jolly Balloon Man. Well, the problem with Jolly Balloon Man copy Ghostly Dancers is I can get Fear of Being Hunted back, but then I can't play it. So I'm probably going to play Razorkin Horde Caller, but we'll see. Sheltered by Ghosts. That's not good. The fact that they killed my token means that they've got other plans for this Ghostly Dancers, which I played Ghostly Dancers and made a 3-1 and unlocked a door, and I'm just going to lose extremely badly still. Oh. I guess I'll block the 2-2. And post-combat Scorching Dragonfire would be my guess. Or a fight spell. Monstrous Emergence. Yeah. And then they gain life. Into Fear of Isolation, pulling up the Meat Locker. Okay. I get the idea. All right, 3-2. Let's see what we can do here. Triple Bookworm. Wow, that is nice. Even if I didn't have a draw where I cast Painter's Studio on turn 4 and hit no land on either card and then didn't play a land the turn after that either. Even if that was the case, the Triple Bookworm would have been tough. Okay, so here we go. 3-3. Battling some frog of some kind. Yeah, I think I am supposed to keep this hand. Obviously, this hand is a little bit clunky. But I like that Unsettling Twins gives me a lot of board presence into Horde Caller. That's like a pretty nice little sequence. And then on turn 2 and 3, I can play like Defaced Gallery into Painter's Studio, which I guess means in turn 4, maybe I'm not playing the Twins. Who knows? And Surgical Suite to back it up. So I think this hand's okay. I don't think I'm supposed to mulliganing it, but obviously this hand could lose to the right early aggression. All right, I will keep. Opponent also kept 7. Black-white land. All right, and I drew a Living Phone, which is actually a pretty nice little 3-drop here. Helped me get 5 cards closer to Ghostly Dancers. So let's play the Defaced Gallery. Turn 3, I'm going to play Living Phone. Okay. I don't have an answer to the Storyteller, so that's unfortunate. Turn 4, Unsettling Twins. Looks like they've got a fight spell. Oh, man, a baseball bat? All right, well. It's funny. Baseball bat and green white in general have like really horrendously low win rates, but when they're good, when they curve out into them, it is pretty strong. All right. And they get to put a counter on. Oh, not the Storyteller. Interesting. Let's go Unsettling Twins here. Got 2 lands off the top. That's nice. Now I have 3 blockers. So hopefully that's something, but I assume they're going to have answers. Well, here we go, huh? I suppose they've all been exile stuff to exile or tapping, so I can't even use a hospital room. All right, I'll take it. And Patchwork Beastie too. Horde Caller. Pass the turn. Let's see. So they tap the Horde Caller, and I can double block the Shrewd Storyteller. I think they're just going to have another piece of removal, and I'm going to die. But, you know, so it goes. Yeah, all right. All right. You know what? Sometimes you're the nail, and some months, weeks, years, you're the hammer. In my case, it's the other way around. I've just been getting walloped in every format, every game. All right, well, there it goes. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. Can't wait to see how I lose then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel and you won't miss a single draft.